Hello, I'm Kim Manis, and I'm the Director of Product for Azure Synapse Analytics. I wanted to take some time today to share some areas of Azure Synapse I'm really excited about with the Data Toboggan community. So let's get started. So when we talk about the data platform at Microsoft, we really talk about how we want to drive a data culture to every organization, whether it's individuals working with data, teams, or large or small organizations at any scale. And we want to empower companies to build a new class of data-first applications. And so when we talk about the intelligence platform at Microsoft, we really talk about three key areas: data integration, analytics, and business intelligence. And those products are represented with Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse, of course, and Power BI. And one of the things that's really cool about these three products, when you look at what analysts are saying about these three different areas, Microsoft is the only leader in all of these magic quadrants according to Gartner. So this is just showing that even if you're picking one of these, you don't have to compromise. All of these are really strong players in the market, and together they do even better, and they help bridge collaboration across these analytic silos. So what is the intelligence platform? It's really Synapse and Power BI coming together, and that's everything across data integration, data engineering, data warehousing, all the way to business intelligence and governance with Purview. And I'm not going to cover everything today. We don't have enough time for that. But I was just going to fly through some of the things we have in the product today, some of the things coming on the roadmap, some of the things in preview now, things we announced at Ignite that I think would be great for you folks in the community to take a look at and learn more about. And I'm sure the rest of the conference, there will be a lot more detail about all this stuff. So I'll just do a quick flyby. And first, I want to talk about data integration. And built into Azure Synapse is data integration. And of course, if you can't get the data in, nothing else matters. So this is a really important aspect of the whole data platform. And there's hundreds of connectors to choose from, hundreds of connectors to choose from on-prem, from Azure, from other clouds, from SaaS applications. So any data you need, you can get it in there. And then, of course, you can set up these data flows to really integrate that data in a code-free experience. So it makes it really easy to get started. And then, of course, when you're ready, you can orchestrate that pipeline so that all of these tasks are just done for you automatically, and you don't have to manually keep reproducing this project. So I did want to talk about an area in particular that I'm really excited about, which is Azure Synapse Link. And so what this allows is near real-time analytics across operational data in Synapse. So previously you'd have to do ETL to get all your data into Synapse and manage it and make sure it was up to date and always working. Now with basically a single click, you can connect to Cosmos DB, to Dynamics, and soon to the SQL DB family, and just do analytics on top of these operational databases without putting any load on your operational database. And one of the things we announced at Ignite is Synapse Link for Dataverse is now generally available. So with basically a single click, you can go ahead and pull all your Dynamics data into Synapse. You can match it up with other data sources. You can do machine learning on top of it, all the analytics you want to do. And that ETL is just really simple. The other thing we announced at Ignite is the ability to do the same thing, Synapse Link, with the SQL Server family. So this is all coming, and you'll see some of it in the on-prem SQL Server 2022 release, and then you'll see more from Azure SQL Database online coming soon. Now, I quickly wanted to talk about data engineering and data science. And this is really built on Spark. So in the same environment where you're doing all this ETL and data preparation, where you're doing your data warehouse, you can also use Spark to do data engineering and data science. And we're using all the industry standard languages and Delta Lake, so you can use the tools you know and love, as well as some code-first and code-free experiences to make it really easy. And I just wanted to highlight a couple things we announced at Ignite. The first is built-in Cognitive Services in Azure Synapse. So you can do things like find anomaly detection or sentiment analysis inside Azure Synapse without having to pull these models from other places. You can just get started. The other thing we did was integrate Auto ML. So you can train your models with no code experience and just build that model right in Synapse. Another way to just really get started quickly with Azure Synapse. One more thing that's in public preview as of Ignite is GPU accelerated workloads. So this makes model training super fast by leveraging hardware to just speed up everything. So this is one we're really excited about, and customers have been loving it so far. Now, data warehousing. This is the cornerstone of enterprise analytics, right? And everybody, the data warehouse is core to everything we do, right? And I want to talk a bit about a couple of the areas where Azure Synapse is really strong in data warehousing, and talk about some of the things that shipped at Ignite. And of course, we have serverless and dedicated pools, so you can basically decide how you want to set up your data warehouse, whether you want to spin it up and spin it down or keep dedicated pools around. And then, whenever we do these performance analyses, it's just on this petabyte scale, we're constantly ahead of the curve here. So when you're talking about big data, Azure Synapse has it. And then security. This is top of mind for every organization, large and small, and it's just getting more and more important every day. And Azure Synapse covers the full gamut of things you need to make sure the data is protected, access is controlled, security is there, and you're managing your threats. One of the things we shipped in public preview at Ignite is something I'm really excited about called database templates. So what this allows you to do is pick an industry template, basically. You could do something like banking or retail, and it comes with a set of schemas already built, including all the metadata, all the relationships for you to play with and start customizing. So you can go ahead and select different columns. You can see the descriptions and the relationships. You can go ahead and customize those and manage those. And once you have a schema you're happy with, it's really easy to pull your data into the lake and stand up a data warehouse quickly. So this is something we hear over and over again from customers, that it's really hard to get started with a data warehouse, and it's really hard to kind of know what you're doing, and you're worried about making mistakes and what do other people do. So this is a way for you to get started with a schema that's been proven. The next area I want to talk about is observational analytics. So first, let's talk about what it is. Observational data is the fastest growing data segment. There's billions of devices connected, and they're all spewing data out, and we're trying to figure out how to make sense of this. And it's often semi-structured. It's often machine-generated or recordings of human interactions. There's a ton of volume. There's high velocity. The schemas are always changing. So this becomes really hard to analyze, right? You're looking for things, new patterns, things that are unpredictable. You need near-time visibility because things are changing so quickly, and the business questions are changing so quickly. So what are we going to do about that? And in Synapse, at Ignite, we announced a public preview of near-time analytics on observational data at petabyte scale. So this is called Synapse Data Explorer. It's a new engine available in Azure Synapse. And this allows you to do free text, semi-structured data analysis on petabyte scale, blazing fast. This is an area that internally at Microsoft, we've been using this engine for quite a while for basically all of the telemetry across all of Microsoft products. And it is beloved by all of our engineers here because it's so easy to use, it's so performant. So this is something you should definitely check out in Azure Synapse and give it a try. Okay, so that was my quick whirlwind tour of what's going on in Synapse, what's new, what's happening. I didn't cover anything with Power BI here. I just didn't have time for it today. But I'm sure you're going to hear a lot about that at Data Toboggan over the course of the conference. But I did want to call out a couple of key resources I'd love for you guys to check out. The first is the Azure Synapse blog. And just a couple months ago, we started a monthly blog where we summarize everything that's come out over the last month in Synapse across all of the capabilities, across data integration and machine learning and data science and data warehousing and everything. So we would love for you to subscribe to the blog, comment on it when you see the monthly blog come out, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, and expect to see more and more here over the coming months. The next area is the Synapse Ideas Forum. So we want to hear from you, from the community, about what's working, what's not, what features do you want, what capabilities are we missing. So please post your ideas, share them on Twitter, share them with me on Twitter, and let's get the conversation going because we really want to learn from you, the Azure Synapse community, about what you want to see. And then finally, we have a bunch of learning paths out there. So if you haven't used Synapse yet, if you want to get started, there's really great resources online with the Azure Synapse Learning Paths. So you can just get started right away, give it a try. And again, the thing I really want to emphasize is the Synapse team is here to listen. We really want to learn from you all. So please hit us up on the blog, on Twitter, and tell us what's working and what's not. And we're looking forward to a great year with you all. And there's a lot of great stuff coming. So we'll see you soon. Bye.